Happy Sunday, everybody. Thank you guys so much for joining us again this week, and we're super excited about this episode because we've got some surprises coming up throughout the episode, including, I think, a giveaway. So one of the people in the background here is going to be a part of that. But we have our good friend Micah McCurry is on with us tonight, and then you're going to see Emily. You've probably already seen her, I think, in one of the other camera angles. You can tell she's back there. And then my dad is here too, and he's going to join me and play a couple duets, and I might convince him to play a few solos too. We'll see. That I'm hoping to. I want you guys to hear him. He's an amazing gospel pianist. So we have a lot of fun stuff planned for tonight. So I'm really excited about this. So let's see. I know Dad has to leave before it's over. So why don't you and I play a couple duets, and then I'll let you play something of your choice. Okay. Or a request. See if he can just take a few requests for me. That'd be a lot of fun.
Is my mic on?
It is on. Yeah. Emily's
Hello, everyone. It's good to see y'all again. Dad, someone requested Beyond the Sunset. That is one of my all-time favorite songs. When I was a teeny tiny baby, he and my mama and my aunt sung it, and it makes me so happy. So if you feel so led, you can play that.
You can do it as a song.
If you want to.
That'd be great.
Let's do a duet.
Okay. What do you want? My Sins Are Gone?
Yes.
Something like that? And then let's see. Why don't we go into Are You Washed in the Blood in A flat right after that?
Yes.
One verse of each?
Yes.
Okay. Praise God, my sins are gone. Want to do that?
2, 3.
stuff. Why don't you take a couple requests? So, yeah. Ahoy.
Good job, Dad. That
Could
was
you
good.
play that one? See, now that Dad's here, I don't some of these old songs that you guys always request that I am confused by because I can't remember how they start. Dad
You
knows.
gonna sing it?
So
This one gets high. I don't know if this is in my lyrics.
All right, I've got a request on this end.
he said he would do Had It Not Been if it's very low. So I know you know that song.
Was it normally like A flat or something?
You'll hit,
Just suppose.
that is going to get a little high on the chorus still. And I go here. That's going to start pretty low.
Just I was thinking starting even lower though.
Start
Just
You're in A flat?
I went to C.
What do you do? How I dreamed of a city called Glory. Switch that. So bright. Was that normally an F? Or is it
Normally a B flat, I think. Yeah, let's try that one.
So bright and so
Okay, some people are asking
Dad.
who the new friend is, and he is a
Good
guest
question.
at Natalie and Josh's house this weekend, and he's very musical, as you can tell. So Natalie said, "You've got to be on the live with us, so you can, talk and introduce yourself and sing a little bit." So, real quick, tell us where you're from and about your family.
So, I have the privilege of hailing from Dwight, Illinois. But
Well,
I feel like.
welcome to God's country.
But I was literally about to say, I feel like I'm in God's country.
There you go.
Feels a little bit more like America here in South Carolina. So, I have the privilege of being a full-time evangelist. And I'm the director of a ministry called Bible Tracks Incorporated and general manager
Yes.
of another ministry called Bible Truth Music. And so that's what really kind of brought me in contact with these
Yep.
great folks. And of course, got to meet you and your wife, Brother Doug, not long ago, and met you folks at Capital Connection.
Yes.
Let's see, this was like last year before everything just went.
Right before.
Yeah, and so, but
A week
yes, literally weeks before. And so, Lord just knit our hearts, and we've been able to do ministry and music together and have a good
Yes.
time. So appreciate the opportunity to be on here today.
Yeah. So what was your role at Bible Truth Music again?
General manager.
Okay, that is actually the company,
Yeah.
is that what they're called? That produced our family's gospel album.
We need the church.
Yes, that has 10 songs that Natalie wrote on it, and they helped us produce that. So that is super cool. And then tell us about your family.
Yes, so my wife is Rebecca, and she is back home with the kiddos, Emmy and Lucy. And they have red hair, not much dissimilar to Miss Natalie. And when they get out in the sun, it kind of almost has a fiber optic thing to it. They are heathens, they're hoodlums, but we love them. Emmy is 3.5, and Lucy is 2. And so they're a handful. And tomorrow, I get to drive 11 hours to see them. And so
There you
I'm
go.
excited about that. And so looking for, if you would, pray for safety for that. We'd greatly appreciate it.
Yes. Okay, so the first time that we actually talked to him, when Natalie and Josh and I were close to the DC, he was doing some social media work. And so that caught our attention because we noticed that the event that we were at had great social media. So the three of us were like, we've got to find who in this building is running that because they're doing really good with like the Instagram stuff and all that. And all three of us obviously like social media with the YouTube and Facebook stuff. So he has lots of good advice for us all on that constantly. And then his other thing that he mentioned is that he is what was your role at Bible Tracks?
Executive director.
Okay, executive director at Bible Tracks Incorporated. And while we love music, and that's a great way for us to get the gospel out, and we are passionate about that, he is very passionate about getting the gospel out through tracks. And
Amen.
that is super powerful. So tell us a little bit about how it works with
Absolutely.
your company.
So this ministry got started in 1938. That's over
Wow.
83 years. And what we've been doing is putting out gospel tracks, and we've been doing it free of charge. So
Wow.
understand this: I am a capitalist to the core. Okay, I have well, I think I can say this. I am part Asian. If you're trying to guess what the ethnicity thing going on here, I've got some Scottish, obviously the name McCurry, but I'm also half Jewish. And so the joke is my dad would take this
Oh, my
as a
word.
great compliment. You didn't know that?
No.
I'm half Jewish, yeah. And so my dad would take this as a compliment that he is a tightwad. He can make George Washington scream. And so how does a guy who is a capitalist like I am get in charge of a ministry giving stuff away? Well, the only way that our ministry survives is by the grace of God and the generous giving of God's people. For instance, we're putting 10 million gospel tracks into the very Muslim country of
Wow.
Pakistan this year. And I need you folks to pray for us about that. And it's been absolutely amazing. And one of the things I so appreciate about meeting these folks, and let me say this very quickly off the bat if I can, and I'll let you get back to music very soon. But the folks that you see in your Instagram feed or here in YouTube, they're the exact same folks right here. I've had the chance to stay in their home. Now this is the second occasion, and you let me come back, so I appreciate that. But they're very real, and they love the Lord, and they love music, but they love getting the gospel out. What we're doing here, it's just a tool to bring more people to Christ.
Amen.
And so I appreciate the fact that it's not about anything else. And so it makes it very easy to fellowship, and just the camaraderie is awesome. And so if you pray for us, I think maybe if you have to stick around, we might be doing a giveaway a little
Yes,
later.
we are.
Awesome.
Absolutely. Are we going to play a
Yeah,
song?
okay.
together?
Absolutely.
Go
Our
ahead.
off-site producer assistant is Brother Robson, is asking for a website or some links.
Okay,
Thank
yeah.
you so much.
Go ahead and share
Absolutely.
that.
And maybe Brother Josh might be able to put it along the bottom here. I'll spell it out for you folks. If you go for Bible Tracts Incorporated, it's Bible, B-I-B-L-E, Tracts, that's Tractsinc, Inc.org. I'll say it again, BibleTractsinc.org. And what you can do there is what I'd recommend doing, and my office staff are going to hate me for this, but they'll be all right. What I want you to do after the live, stick around for this, but maybe put a note in your phone to go there and order one of our sample packets. What it is it's one each of every gospel tract that we put out. Let me put it this way. I mentioned in church today, we were at Bethel Calvary Baptist, Josh and Natalie's church. I mentioned that I feel like I'm a spiritual ammunition manufacturer, Brother Doug. And what that means is that when you're going hunting, you don't use the same type of ammunition for all the different kinds of prey. Okay, so if you're going bear hunting, you don't use a 22. And if you're going squirrel hunting, you don't use a big 12 gauge slug gun. Because if you do, here's what happens, Brother Doug. If you shoot a squirrel with a 12 gauge slug gun, there's not going to be any squirrel left.
Right.
But if you shoot a bear with a 22, all you're going to do is irritate the bear, and there won't be any of you left over at the end of it.
Right.
So all that to say, I had a pastor's wife come up to me not long ago and said, I have a friend who has 4 to 6 weeks left to live. Now, that's a difficult thing. And this friend needed Christ. This person was on hospice. She asked, do you have a gospel tract for that? We have one titled, one of our 40 titles is this, Peace in Terminal Illness. Now, for that circumstance, that's probably the right track.
That's awesome.
And so there's 40 different titles, and what I want you to do is this, get one of our sample packets. What we'll have to do is make up a whole bunch more, because a bunch of you are going to order them, but BibleTractsinc.org. And if nothing else comes out of this, then you get to enjoy some music, and you start using gospel tracts, and that is a huge win. So we'll talk more about it a little later.
Amen. Sounds good. Okay. So I'll play some, but I want you guys to go get those sample tracks so we can be all involved in spreading the gospel. So as usual, Josh is behind the camera, and he's going to tell me what you guys are wanting to hear and what you've been requesting. So I'm going to play them now.
And while he does that, just in case anyone did not know this very important fact,
Okay.
Natalie had a birthday about 2 weeks ago.
Wow.
So if y'all did not know that, or even if you did, I want all of y'all during this next song, I know it's not very spiritual, but tell Natalie happy birthday.
Thank you.
You want me to sing to you?
You don't have to.
Okay. Wow. Thanks a lot, Natalie. Okay, and y'all know what I like. I like emojis. There's lots of birthday emojis, so drop those. Tell her happy birthday because she's amazing.
No.
Play us a song.
All right. First up is Love Lifted Me. Everyone, sorry, mic was off, but it was pointed out that tomorrow is our anniversary, and Emily, apparently you overlooked that. Also, someone on here says that it's Micah McCurry's birthday today, which we didn't mention.
This mic is on here. I just told Miss Emily that it was my birthday, and she didn't believe me. She thought I was just trying to, milk it for sympathy points or something. So I will say this. I didn't say this at Bethel Calvary today when we were at church, it was really, it was a real sacrifice for me to be here because at my home church, I'll tell you this, at my home church, if you go to church on your birthday, then they have you come stand up front and everybody comes up and gives you something green, a dollar bill. And so what that means is I missed out on a Sunday at my church today to come be here in South Carolina with the Rains. And so if you would, just give me a teardrop emoji in the comments. I'd appreciate it. No, all seriously, we've got a great time.
We have.
And seriously, the church today was just phenomenal. Wouldn't have missed it for anything. But it is my birthday, Miss Emily.
Happy
I'm not
birthday,
lying.
Micah. Y'all, I am so
Yeah.
embarrassed.
We can
He's-
celebrate his birthday and our anniversary tomorrow. Those
Y'all.
are more recent.
Yes.
He also just informed me that 2 years ago tomorrow,
She didn't know it was Natalie and Josh's anniversary.
they got
either.
married. That is amazing. Okay, so everybody's
anniversary
doing so good with the
to
happy
you.
birthday messages. Now I need all of y'all to say happy 2-year anniversary.
you
I'm
go.
so happy for Red and Josue. Good job.
All right, but if anyone didn't know, that is my name, Josue. Anytime Emily is talking about me, anyway.
Yes.
All right, I have a request. Do you know "Peace Like a River"?
Yes.
Emily didn't know that song and the emotions that go along with it. I think we need to get her up there
Show
in front
them
of
the
the camera.
fountain.
She missed that lesson.
Yeah, got joy like a fountain or something.
Oh,
Yeah,
goodness.
that's how it
You're
works.
getting some teardrops.
We would like to
bless.
hear Dad's rendition of "Amazing Grace."
Say again, Dad. They want Dad to play Amazing Grace.
Yes.
Got it.
Good
You're
choice.
getting it from the best tonight.
And Dad, can you play "Looking for a City"? All right, one more. Where could I go but to the Lord?
Good stuff. Good stuff. Okay, we're playing musical chairs tonight. So
All right, let's see. Let's go back to Emily and Micah for a second.
okay, he's turning it back over to you, Micah.
Back over to me. What am I to say?
Okay,
Well,
we
go
want
ahead, Miss Emily. So we do
Yes,
have to say
the
that
giveaway.
we do need to do that. But Miss Emily was thinking about getting back at me for the fact that I had her on my podcast not long ago.
Oh,
And so the podcast I do, it's video and audio, and I did not tell her that. That wasn't in the show notes beforehand.
Yes.
And so up pops the Zoom call.
Yes.
And she felt like she needed to do some hair and makeup. And so
Yes.
she looked very presentable. It was very good. It was excellent. But anyway, so giveaway.
y'all
Go
do
ahead.
need to look up his podcast. Natalie and Josh and I were guests on there. I thought podcasts were audio. He is correct. It was video. I had no warning, and I was not ready. I had my AirPods in. Was it a Monday?
Something
it was
like that.
an early morning. I just popped in my AirPods, and he was like, "Okay, I'm
By
gonna."
early morning, she means like 10 a.m. I
Yeah,
think, or so.
well, early for me.
I will say, someone named James just popped in.
Yeah.
He hears me on VCY. We have a Bible Tracts Incorporated, has a radio arm as well, Bible Tract Echoes. It plays on 70 or 80 stations nationwide, a 15-minute Monday through Friday. But a lot of folks listen on VCY and FBN and some different stations. And so, James, thanks for pointing out and for the fact that you're a listener. We appreciate that. We need to do a giveaway, don't we?
Yes, go ahead.
So I think, of course, you folks have some great music, and also Bible Truth Music has some as well. And so what I'd like to do, maybe there are some of you out there that have never actually gotten your hands on one of the Reigns' CDs. We need the church, and we have thousands plus people watching right now.
Yeah.
Probably there's a few of you that haven't, or maybe you know how good it is and you want to give it away as a gift.
There we
and
go.
so here's what we're going to do. For the Josh, I think he's going to put a little banner across the bottom in just a little while. What I want you to do is you're going to text me directly. You're going to have instant access right here. I'm going to give you the phone number. And what we'll do is maybe we'll do something like this. Like every 50 people that text, we'll
Sure.
just give away a CD immediately.
There we
so it means
go.
everybody has a one. Is that, you should do
Yeah.
like 1 in 25. What do you think? What do you think? Miss Nell?
25.
Yeah, we'll do 1 in
Sure.
25. That means you have a 1 in 25 chance. So if we have
like
100 people, then we'll give away 4 CDs. And what we'll do is we're going to ship them
Okay.
straight to you. This isn't even you pay shipping and handling. We'll ship it straight to you, okay?
Okay, that's a good giveaway.
4 easy payments of $19.95. No, I'm just kidding. We'll send it to you for free. And actually, and for those of you that know how to do, Apple Music and all that stuff, if you prefer the digital version of it, we can do that as well. So we can just send you a download link where
There
you
we
can
go.
have that. And so that's super easy. But we'll do 1 for every 25.
Okay.
And here's the phone number. You have to text me. I know it might be difficult while you're watching, but get the phone number down and text me right now because we're going to do this giveaway
He's
now.
already popped it up.
He's put it up there. Perfect. So text me 309-316-7240. We'll do this for the entirety of the live. Give away most of them. But those of you that are watching on replay, because there's a lot of people that watch on replay as well, you text me as well. And what I'll do is every 25 people, even if this
Wow.
is weeks in the future, every 25, we'll just keep track. It's very easy to keep track.
Wow.
And what I'll do is I'll do that. So text that number and make sure I'm getting people jumping
What
in
do
right
you
now.
want them to say?
Let's see here.
You can say, "You're so glad Emily was on the show."
That absolutely. That's we're
Yeah,
all
just
so
kidding.
very glad about that. And so yeah, maybe you can just text maybe CD, that'll work,
Okay.
or your favorite emoji or what have you.
Yeah.
But when you get the bounce
Red
back
rocks.
text, yeah,
No, I don't know.
when you get the bounce back text, quick word of warning, you have to click the link. And otherwise, because I don't text back anonymous people, because there's too many odd ducks in the world, okay? And so trolls and all that stuff. So you have to click the link, you have to put your name and information in there.
Can
It's just like your name.
Canadians enter?
Canadians can enter. Yes, it's open to Canadians. And it should work for you, as long as your phone works that way. And so, yeah, Texas, we'll pop it up every once in a while throughout the live stream and remind you. 1 in 25. What
good.
are we
Okay.
playing next?
All right.
All right, next up will be Count Your Blessings. next up is More About Jesus. All right, Natalie. Now's your chance to play whatever's on your heart or mind today.
Oh, man. Okay.
I had a wonderful grace from Jesus.
Okay. For you to play it or for me to play? Oh, okay. Dad wants to hear Wonderful Grace of Jesus. Get the sheet music for that on my website. And the third verse, I really wrote it like I would play it. So it was a lot of fun to write that out. But I do 2 verses in C, and then there's a key change into D flat. So, whew, that's a big song. That's a lot of fun.
All right, Natalie, I'm going to get you to play Saved by the Blood.
Okay.
But let me put the number back up for a second. Or why don't I just switch over there to Micah and Emily, and you can re-explain how all of that works.
Absolutely. So I saw that a few folks might have been putting that number down in the comments. Here's what you need to do. You need to go to your text messages as if you're texting someone a brand new number and put that number in the 309-316-7240. I'll let you in on a secret. We already have over 100 people that have texted in. That means we're already giving away 4 CDs. But what you have to do, and take this pause break maybe, and text it in right now, 309-316-7240, in just 2 letters, CD, as if you're sending a text message. Don't put it down in the comments of YouTube or Facebook. Just text it to me. You'll get a little bounce back. You tap the link and put in your name, and we'll be squared away. Awesome. So I'm excited. We're already at 4. Maybe we can get to 8 or something like that. That'll be great.
That's awesome.
Super cool.
Natalie, do you know the Redback song, Lift Me Up Above the Shadows?
I have the red back here. Do you know it by memory?
Yeah.
You should play it. Okay.
Yeah, we might.
Well, I'll just say By the Blood and then let you go to that one.
Okay.
So I'm going to play Saved by the Blood, and then my dad is going to play Lift Me Up Above the Shadows. So it's nice to have somebody here for those redback songs that I don't know super well.
And then
Or,
Sweet Sweet Spirit. And then Sweet Sweet Spirit.
All right, now one more
so
from
Dad's
you.
going to take over for Lift Me Up Above the Shadows. Okay, 1 second. I'm getting...
One more from you, Natalie,
Okay.
before just so you don't have to jump up and down so many times. Do you know who can cheer the heart like Jesus?
Who can cheer the heart like Jesus? I think that's actually all that thrills my soul is Jesus. So the first line is who can cheer the heart like Jesus, but the song is all that thrills my soul. So that's a good one.
Hey, Brother Josh, is this mic on here?
Yes.
Awesome. As Brother Doug Rains is coming over there, we're at 150 people that have texted in. So that means they're giving away 6 CDs.
That is exciting.
So I will say maybe if you, let's see, if you share that with a couple other people,
Yeah.
maybe we'll enter you in. What is that worth, do you think? We're giving away 125, so I would almost say it's like worth like 5?
5 entries.
3 to 5? What do you think?
5. Let's go 5.
So we'll say if you text that number, and we'll say if you texted 3 of your friends and tell them to jump on the live stream right now. They got to jump on. Maybe send them the live stream link and share the live stream so we can get a few more people watching, and we'll enter you a couple more times. Just let me know that you did that. So for the range, you gonna play something for us?
I am. A good redback number. sweet spirit.
Okay, do you want to play it?
You
All
want
right, so Dad and I are going to switch again.
to? Maybe I'll do a verse.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is Sweet, Sweet Spirit.
That's a fun one.
Good stuff.
I think we should wrap it up with another duet.
Okay.
Let's see. I have a question for Micah from a listener, and they want to know: is that the same Bible tracts that Paul Levine started?
That's a great question. It is. So, Dr. Paul Levine, here's a very quick synopsis. Back in 1938, Paul Levine, he was known, he started in evangelism. He was like literally 17, 18, 19. He was known as the boy evangelist, and he stayed faithful through so many years and was just the charisma that God gave him for the work of God. He was known as the dean of evangelists at the end of his life. Here's what happened. He wrote an article for a Christian periodical, I think down in Florida, called The Evangel. He wrote an article called A New Birth. It was really a gospel plea for salvation. And so many people saw that and said, we want a copy of that. And out of that, a tract ministry was born. He started printing them in 10,000s and then 100,000s. And here we sit right now this year, we're going to surpass 600 million gospel tracts. And so thank you for bringing up the name of Paul Levine. Phenomenal, man. An amazing thing about him, and I want this to be my legacy if the Lord would ever allow. I've talked to so many people that know the man. And unfortunately for Christians sometimes, we do a really good job of speaking ill about people, especially when they're not in the room and can't defend themselves, right? But one of the amazing things about Paul Levine is that I haven't found anyone that has an ill word to say about him. And it's almost like a Joseph complex, in the Bible, where the Bible doesn't really record anything wicked or unrighteous about Joseph. And that's a type of Christ maybe, but for Paul Levine, it's just amazing. So Thank you for bringing that up. Great man, and I'm proud to carry on his legacy.
Awesome.
600 million.
All right, Nat.
Okay, so my aunt just texted me and asked for Majesty. So I'll play Majesty, and then Dad and I will end with one more duet. So we'll see. Maybe we can switch parts on this one. So we'll see. So this is Majesty. one more duet. So I can tell you the time. I saw it was requested. Do you want to do the melody?
Sure.
Oh, this is a
Then we
good
can
one.
switch out.
Lots of emojis here.
All right, we'll
enjoy
switch
it.
it over.